So I keep getting the question, why mental health? What is mental health doing as part of a junior tennis tournament? Isn't that something that belongs in the classroom? Literally for the past year, I've been thinking about how best to answer that question. It so happened that during the year, we also have had Naomi Osaka withdraw from the French Open because she was not feeling well. She said she had bouts of depression. We had Simone Biles withdraw from the Summer Olympics because she felt that it was dangerous for her to be on the balance beam. So the answer to that question is that in order to play your best tennis, you have to really have good mental health. If there are some struggles that you have in mental health, it is going to affect your mental performance on the tennis court. When the tournament started in 2019, I didn't know what to expect. Usually a lot of tournaments at the junior level, you get maybe 30 to 50 players, maybe a little bit more. We got 145 players signed up immediately. We got wonderful feedback, especially from the parents. They had said that one of the motivating factors for them to sign up their child was because of the mental health mission. I had done some research on where I could get very reliable information about mental health, and I found that the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention already has materials on depression, anxiety, and most importantly, suicide prevention. And there was no need to reinvent the wheel. And so I called up the AFSP, the local chapter, and invited them to come to the tournament, set up a table, and bring all the materials. And they were very excited to do it because part of their mission is to support similar types of events. In sports psychology, they focus not only on your mental performance on the tennis court, but also your mental health off the tennis court. So in order to put together the sports psychology table, I put together a team of individuals who are very passionate and enthusiastic about mental health issues.
My name's Annie and I'm a co-founder of Gallia Health.
Hi, I'm Rachel and I'm a co-founder of Gallia Health.
My name is Nicholas Lee. I'm a graduate student at Boston University studying mental health counseling with a specialization in sports psychology.
Hi, my name is Tom Smalley. I'm a performance coach and the co-founder of Anxiety and Athletes, and I'm really excited to be here for the Matt Stevenson Junior Tennis Tournament.
A lot of youth athletes are turning to sports psychology and mental performance coaching nowadays to sort of harness the power of their mind and translate that into better performance. And I think it's becoming more common for youth athletes to, especially in individual sports, find support outside of their immediate coaching network to translate what's going on in their mind to how they're playing and performing. There are a few things that keep athletes from seeking this kind of support. One, it's not talked about, so they don't even know it's out there. Two, there's a lot of stigma surrounding even sports psychology and the mental side of the game. And then three, once they find out that this is a resource that they could have, they don't really know where to turn. So that's something that's really exciting about this tournament is we're kind of facing all of those three challenges at once and giving athletes the resources, the language to talk about it, and the tools that they can use directly on the court.
So we co-founded Gallia Health, which is a platform that helps connect athletes with mental health and mental performance support. So really covering that whole spectrum from clinical mental health challenges like depression, anxiety, to peak performance support and mindset training. And so we wanted to be able to help athletes with both the mental and mindset side of the game. And that's kind of where we started with Gallia, just trying to create more resources for athletes who are going out and looking for support, looking to work with a therapist or mental performance coach or sports psychologist. So the Matt Stevenson Junior Tennis Tournament has been a wonderful initiative and wonderful way for us to connect with athletes while they're in the sports setting so that they can be thinking about not just their physical game and not just the score, but what's going into the mental side of the game. We've been working to distribute resources to athletes and their parents as well at this tournament, since so much of mental health is about the whole support system. And one of the things we're really passionate about at Gallia is taking a proactive, full system approach to mental health. So that means including parents, including friends, teammates, coaches, so that an individual athlete doesn't feel like the burden of healing and support is just on them.
These past 2 weekends, I've been at the Matt Stevenson Junior Tennis Tournament helping to distribute educational resources on sports psychology that are specific to tennis players, to parents, as well as the junior tennis players. I've just been sitting at the sports psychology table, having conversations with the parents and the junior tennis players about sports psychology and the mental side of tennis.
I met Matt in the year 2000, around year 2000, because I needed a tennis partner. And the head pro introduced me to Matt. He said, never mind that he's only 16 or 17 years old, he's a very good player. Around the time when he was about 18 or 19, he opened up to me about some of his mental health challenges. So we would sit, after our tennis game, we would sit in the lounge and just talk. And for the first time, he told me about some of the struggles that he was having as a teenager and the origins of that. It's the first time I known about this, and so we had more and more conversations almost every time we played. And as I got to know him better, as he revealed more and more, there were layers of issues that he was revealing to me. And really, by the time, several years later, between his mom and me, we really knew a lot about what he was going through. So I became very close to him and his family.
Matt struggled with depression from his mid-teens until his death at age 32. It wasn't an easy thing for him to talk about. This was maybe 15 or 17 years ago, so in a time when it was still quite a taboo subject. So only his family and a few friends knew about his struggles with depression. My son Matt died by suicide at the age of 32. This happened in 2017. I've been really pleased to be a part of this initiative. I really think it's fabulous because it's promoting the importance of mental health and education about mental health, both for young players and for their parents and coaches and supporters. And it's doing it in a very approachable way that young people and their families can relate to.
So in the future for mental health and sports, what I really want to see is environments that expand on that conversation about mental health and create team environments that players and athletes can open up about their mental health disorders and their challenges they might be facing.
What I've heard from a lot of the parents and the junior tennis players is that the mental side of tennis is important. In fact, a lot of people say it's at least half, if not more, of tennis, and yet we don't dedicate that same training to the mind within tennis or sports in general. And so essentially showing them that there actually is this field, sports psychology, in which there are resources and ways to go about training your mind as you would train other things in order to improve your performance on the tennis court, and more importantly, to help yourself as a human being.
People are talking about mental health more and more, and that presents us with a profound opportunity, because rather than having kids not even know what mental health is, not know what they're struggling with, and not seeking support until 10 or 11 years after they first start struggling, I think this generation really has the chance to recognize what they're dealing with, support their peers, and go out on a limb and seek support.
There's an excellent atmosphere at the tournament, and I think that this is partly the result of the heartfelt mission of the tournament. I've heard from a number of parents that this tournament has been so much more of a pleasure to come to and so much more friendly than other tournaments they've been to, and that is because this tournament is about the whole player. Personally, for me, it's something positive which has come out of my loss of my son, and it's helping people understand the issues for young people like Matt who struggle with issues of depression or anxiety or other types of mental health challenge, but want to be able to pursue normal interests like their tennis or other sports. I think youth sports is a great way to deliver the message of the power of mental health.